You just spent all this time showing us how an 8% withdrawal rate is way too high and you're going to run out of money. But here's the caveat. The 8% withdrawal rate is only too high on variable assets, okay? Because that's where you run into trouble. When the market goes down and you're taking out 8%, it accelerates that downward spiral. But remember, what is an annuity? An annuity is not an investment. This is a guaranteed retirement insurance contract. And so the insurance company uses actuarial science and mortality tables to calculate these pensions, right? And so what this means right here is they're creating this pension of $40,000 per year, and it's going to last you the rest of your life. And there's no market risk on it. And so what we do is these folks are on pace to have $1 million. So they're 62 years old. They're going to retire in 3 years. So the solution is simple. What we do is we simply split their money into 2 buckets per se, right? We're going to put half of the money, $500,000, into what I call our protected pension system. And we're actually going to leave $500,000 of it invested in the market as well, in an IRA, right? Because I'm not against the market. I just don't think it makes sense to have all of your money in the market through retirement and take on all that risk, right? This protected pension strategy, what this is a guaranteed income annuity through an insurance company. All an income annuity is, you're simply using some of the funds from your 401k to buy or fund your own personal pension, okay? And so right now, under the current rates, if somebody was 62, and if they moved $500,000 into one of these annuities, and they were going to start taking the income at 65 years old, their pension would be a little bit more than $40,000 per year for the rest of their life. Why does this make so much sense here, okay? Here's why. Because when we use the annuity with the guaranteed income, removing the market risk and getting a very high percentage on our payout, what it does is it removes the strain on the investment portfolio to create the retirement income. Because when we look back over here at the case study, $40,000 is not enough to fill their income gap, okay? Their income goal is $100,000. Between the husband and wife, their Social Security is $40,000. So the income gap is actually $60,000. So when we come over here, they're not getting it all from the annuity. The annuity is only producing $40,000 a year. But what does it mean for the investment portfolio? We have $500,000 left in the portfolio, but now we can stay within that 4% safe withdrawal range, right? And so the investment portfolio is now producing $20,000 per year of income. So when we add 40 and 20, now we got the $60,000 a year that we need. Between the 2 buckets of money, what we're doing is we're getting the income that we need. Over on the annuity side, this is a contractual guarantee. There is no market risk on this money. And then let's put our data from the Trinity study back up. So on the investment side, right, like what's the withdrawal rate? If now we're only withdrawing 4% from the variable investments, and guess what? Now we have a 95% chance of success. Without the annuity, we had to get all the income. We had to get all $60,000 from the portfolio, and there's only a 60 to 70% chance, meaning that you have a portfolio failure rate of about 30 to 40%. Just simply implementing the annuity. In this case, with half of the assets, what it does is it removes the strain of the investment portfolio to produce income. Now, the withdrawal rate from the investment portfolio, now we have a 95% chance of success. Or a retiree's number one biggest fear is running out of money. And this is the way to do it here, is to create enough security and enough guarantees in your portfolio to keep your withdrawal rate within that safe range.